I want to know more about the presence of Taylor Swift. Thing happening over the summer that the Daily Mail reported on, where she was manipulating all of her new releases to keep these women from hitting #1. And that tells me everything. And like, to sit there and have your husband bully your director.
Yes.
You know, like,
so weird. Like your husband who's Ryan Reynolds. Of course it was a threat.
And your friend Taylor, who's like, what is she doing there? Is she just like scrolling Instagram?
One of my dragons.
What is she like? That is just what.
Taylor is proud of the film, though she wasn't fully aware of the extent of the project's developments. I guess it's her rep said, confused by the claims in the suit, as her connection to Blake is purely a friendship with no interest in influencing or controlling Blake's projects, end quote. Taylor did not purposefully plan to be there during the meeting, but it sounds like an admission she was there, was simply coming over to hang out with her pal. So she was at the meeting. She was being presented implicitly by Blake as her other dragon, right, for threat.
Amazing.
There's just so much more to the story. And the media's already like, oh, we were too mean to Blake. She's been bullied and harassed.
Once upon a time, Taylor Swift and Blake Lively were Hollywood's golden duo. Concert besties, red carpet royalty, and the ultimate symbol of celebrity sisterhood. But now, their picture-perfect friendship is unraveling faster than you can say legal subpoena. What went wrong behind the scenes? Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned, because trust me, the drama is just getting started.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds showed up at Taylor Swift's Everest Tour concert in Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu in Spain with their 3 children, James, Inez, and Betty. One fan even had the opportunity to swap bracelets with Blake Lively at the concert. But the best moment of the night was this, when Taylor shouted out all 3 of their children during her folklore speech. Just the coolest auntie ever.
I have to say that on folklore, some of my favorite characters are named James, Inez, and Betty.
Remember when Blake Lively brought her whole crew? Yes, even little James and Inez to Taylor Swift's 1989 tour? And let's not forget, Taylor isn't just a close friend, she's the godmother of Blake's child. These two weren't just swapping selfies or gushing over each other on Instagram. Their bond ran deep. It was the kind of rare, ride-or-die friendship that Hollywood dreams are made of, until it wasn't. Fast forward to today, and thanks to a legal mess juicier than a Gossip Girl plot twist, that decade-long sisterhood is officially in meltdown mode. What started as a creative disagreement over It Ends With Us has spiraled into a full-blown courtroom saga. And caught right in the middle? Taylor Swift, Blake's aggressive legal tactics aren't just aimed at Justin Baldoni anymore. Taylor's been pulled directly into the crossfire, turning what was once a picture-perfect friendship into an all-out legal battlefield. But here's where it really stings. This isn't just about an indie film. It's about how fame, power, and behind-the-scenes pressure can destroy even the tightest of friendships. Blake's moves aren't just questionable. They're exposing all the cracks in what the world thought was an unshakable bond. And Taylor, she's finding out the hard way that in Hollywood, even your best friend can become your biggest liability. So what's next for these former BFFs turned legal frenemies? Stick around because this saga is far from over. Forget red carpets and matching friendship bracelets. Behind closed doors, Blake Lively was allegedly using Taylor Swift as a bargaining chip. Now, leaked text messages and a shady penthouse meeting sit at the center of this explosive scandal. And it's worse than we thought.
Blake Lively should have never called Taylor Swift her dragon. Taylor Swift is reportedly on the outs with Blake Lively, and do we blame her? TMZ reports that Taylor Swift felt like she was used by Blake Lively in her war with Justin Baldoni, and she resents Blake calling her one of her dragons and leveraging her name. As reported in Justin Baldoni's lawsuit, there was a critical meeting at Blake and Ryan's New York City penthouse with Justin to discuss a scene that Blake had rewritten for It Ends With Us, the rooftop scene. Justin said in the meeting got super heated and he felt ambushed because Ryan and Taylor Swift showed up. Sources say Taylor believes Blake timed her meeting with Justin so that Taylor would arrive before he left and is baffled by Blake later characterizing her as her quote-unquote dragon. The source adds, it's weird to say that about a friend. This is the text where she referred to herself as Khaleesi and called Ryan and Taylor her dragons. The reason this is such a big fallout in their friendship is because Taylor is the godmother to one of Blake and Ryan's kids. Of course, Blake's source says that their relationship is not strained and that the two still talk regularly. Of course, with everything coming out, it's so hard to believe anything that comes from Blake or Ryan's camp. Another source close to the situation said that Taylor was pissed about the extent to which she was involved, and specifically she was angry about the dragon's remark, but Blake has since apologized. They had a good cry and hugged it out. I remember during the press tours for It Ends With Us where young Lily said that Taylor Swift helped cast her character. Well, apparently one of the sources close to Taylor said that never happened. I don't know, if I were Taylor, I would feel weird about having my best friend leverage my name to get what she wants in the industry. It just doesn't sit right with me. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Leaked messages between Blake Lively and Taylor Swift have painted a picture no one saw coming, not even the most diehard Swifties. This wasn't just besties venting about Hollywood drama. Blake wasn't confiding in Taylor. She was using her. Think of it like this. Taylor wasn't a friend. She was a pawn. In one jaw-dropping message, Blake writes, "You're my dragon. No one says no when you're in the room." Yeah, it's giving Game of Thrones energy, and not in a cute way. These messages make one thing crystal clear. Blake saw Taylor less as a confidant, and more as a tool, a power play in high-stakes negotiations. Honestly, that's next-level betrayal. But if the texts were bad, the real bombshell? The infamous penthouse meeting, Blake claims Taylor just happened to be there, like it was some innocent girls' night. But conservative commentator Candace Owens is calling BS. According to her, Taylor's presence was anything but accidental. Picture this: Taylor Swift, casually scrolling Instagram in the corner while major legal negotiations go down, her mere presence sending an unspoken threat. Mess with Blake, and you're messing with me. Taylor insists she was blindsided, but the receipts? They're not looking great. Insiders say Taylor knew exactly what was going on. And now she's scrambling to distance herself from the whole fiasco. Here's where it gets downright sinister. This wasn't just casual backstabbing. This was strategic betrayal. Blake didn't lean on her friendship with Taylor, she weaponized it. And Taylor? She's learning the hard way that being godmother to Blake's child doesn't protect you when Hollywood power plays come into play. Now, Taylor's knee-deep in a legal mess she never signed up for, and the damage to her reputation? It could be irreversible. If you thought Hollywood friendships were untouchable, think again. They say pressure reveals who your real friends are. And in the case of Taylor Swift and Blake Lively, this legal heat is exposing cracks no one saw coming. Taylor is now being painted as the victim in a friendship gone toxic. But is she really that innocent? For 10 years, Taylor and Blake were Hollywood's it girls. Private getaways to Rhode Island, surprise concert cameos, family dinners, public praise. Taylor even penned heartfelt tributes. Blake gushed about her in interviews. It was the kind of bond that made fans believe in real celebrity sisterhood. But now, that decade-long fairy tale is crumbling, fast. As the It Ends With Us legal drama spirals out of control, Taylor's name is being dragged through court documents, and suddenly everyone's asking, clip 4.
Taylor Swift is alleging that Blake Lively is lying, but is Taylor telling the truth, or is this just a strategy to save her own skin? I don't know, guys.
Birds of a feather flock together, Candace Owens quipped, not so subtly suggesting that maybe Taylor Swift knew exactly who Blake Lively was all along. And let's be honest, Taylor's no naive 20-something anymore. At 35, she's a media mastermind, someone who's weathered career-shattering scandals, rewritten her narrative more times than we can count, and come out even stronger each time. From Reputation to re-recording her masters, Taylor has always controlled the story. So the question is, was she really blindsided by Blake's manipulative moves? Or is this just another chapter in Taylor's long game? A carefully calculated pivot to save face as the house of cards collapses? Insiders are whispering that Taylor may have turned a blind eye to Blake's behind-the-scenes power plays for years, because it benefited her. Let's not forget, being besties with Blake added serious sparkle to her all-American squad goals image. It was a mutually beneficial alliance, until it wasn't. And when that friendship turned from asset to liability, Taylor did what she does best. She distanced herself, quietly, strategically, before the ship sank completely. Because in Hollywood, loyalty has an expiration date, and Taylor Swift just got a brutal reminder. What began as a friendship, built on mutual admiration, has now spiraled into a legal and PR nightmare, with both women scrambling to protect their reputations. Whether Taylor is the unsuspecting victim or a savvy player who got caught in the wrong game. One thing's crystal clear. This friendship is done. And let's be honest, if Taylor Swift can't keep a friendship afloat in the face of fame and legal drama, what hope does anyone else have?